Welcome back. We are on my favorite topic, romance.
Oh yeah, mine too.
Ryan loves romance.
So good at it.
I am fueled by romance, and unfortunately,
Her tank
my
is empty
husband
often.
is not the right type of gas for my tank. Sorry.
No, I'm like E85.
I don't even know what that is.
Right. Guys will know what I'm talking about.
He's getting there.
I'm a work in progress, like a lot of this stuff. We wrote a book about it, so I'm getting better because I have to.
Right. The thing is, with romance, he was super romantic when we were dating.
Pursuing.
So he's capable.
Yeah.
But he got me. He pounced and killed me and is dragging me back to his lair now. And
Right.
apparently there's no need for romance anymore. So this is another topic that can get heated in our home.
I think this is the topic that actually made us think about this book,
It is.
His and Hers.
It is. It's a topic that got very heated that you read about in the introduction when we were in Michigan clearing our land. And Ryan continuously assured me that as soon as we had some alone time, I would get all the romance I could handle. I think he meant sex,
I don't even know what I was thinking.
but that's where the disconnect was.
One of many.
Because when we were in Michigan clearing all the trees, there was no romance.
No, back to I was beat. I was running a chainsaw all day and coming home, and romance was like, we're together. Just the two of us, no kids. That's romantic, isn't it? That's not enough? No, it's still not.
No.
No, I've learned that now.
And romance is going to look different for different people. I don't know. Do men need romance? We've talked about this. And I don't know if you can answer for every man in the world.
I think I can.
I mean, maybe some men need romance.
Maybe.
I would like to know if there is a man out there who requires romance.
I guess it depends on how we define romance.
Okay, so what is romance to you?
It's a very confusing subject for me. I think I was taught, you do these little things to make her happy.
Like
but-
dishes?
Like doing the dishes. I helped you. That's not romantic. But when we had this big blowout fight. I mean, we have fights, believe it or not.
I think they're aware.
Yeah, they're pretty aware. But we're happy now. No. I think I had to really evaluate because it kind of fit into that same category I talked about earlier when you're talking about intimacy and sex and romance. They're all just kind of clumped together into one thing. And I just want my wife to be happy enough to allow me to have sex with her. So
You'd have
yes, that's what it came down to. I think that was unconscious. That was an unconscious decision.
That
but I
sounds
think that's
really
all
bad.
it took. It was really bad. I was terrible at it, and I didn't understand it. But we did. We had the blowout fight, and then we came back after we cooled off, and we sat down, and I asked questions, and I don't talk much, and I don't do this very often, but I've learned over the years, if I don't understand something, I've got to ask her about it and say, okay, I know I'm doing this wrong. You've pointed that out. How can I do it right? So we sat down and wrote this stuff out. I still have it in my phone. I was blown away. I had no idea that's what that meant to her.
And that's where these categories came in, because I was like, it is not romantic if you're doing the dishes. That belongs in the household category.
But neither is going on a weekly date because we're just going out to eat.
That's not romance to me,
Not
but
to
it
her.
might be to somebody else. That's like intimacy. That's cultivating the relationship or excitement. Romance to me, and this is where the love language book
Yeah.
came in very handy for us. Romance to me is words and physical touch, and small gifts. So 3 of them.
3 of the 5.
3 of the 5. So
She has lots of love.
primarily words, which he should be really good at because that's also yours.
Yeah. But
Words.
I think it makes it harder. If you're not getting it, you're not going to give it. It's got to be reciprocated. And
Right.
I think, but as we discussed that, she recognized that too.
Right. So is that romance to you?
I still don't know what romance
Words?
is to me.
Okay. I know, it's
Love,
confusing.
it's all encompassing.
I think for me, it's just those little things that you do that show me out of the blue
Yeah.
that you care.
Like walking into a hotel room
With flowers.
With flowers there.
Yes.
It was a surprising thing.
Or even like offering to give me a foot rub with no expectation of something else.
Yeah.
Like it's those little moments, or sending me a really sweet text in the middle of the day. It doesn't have to be this grand gesture. But
Those
like
help, though.
they do, and getaways are extremely helpful. This has
Yes.
been good for us. We have not gotten away in years because of COVID, and it's been
Right,
2
our
or 3
life.
years since
been a
we've even
challenge.
had a little getaway. So this has been really nice, just to be able to spend time together.
But I think even saying that to your wife or your husband and say, we need to get away. That in itself might be romantic to somebody, saying it doesn't, I think if you want to scare your man away, say, let's go have a romantic getaway. That's a lot of pressure.
That scares men?
Oh yeah, a romantic getaway, like with the heart in the bed, and
Oh,
yeah, I think we just want to get away, and then we talk about what's romantic after that.
okay.
Just leave it out, and then we'll get away. Because if you say a romantic getaway, that goes back to the all-encompassing sex.
What if you show up and like they've already put flower petals and a heart on your bed? Is that scary?
No, because
They
again,
took care of it?
I think well that's sex
Oh.
because it's on the bed. Right. See, we're learning this right now.
Right.
While we're talking to you, so maybe we should take this class,
Right.
a study guide, and go through it.
So
yeah.
if a man walks into a room with rose petals on the bed,
Yeah.
or at least you can't speak
I
for
think
every
I
man.
think I can.
Okay.
I think I can, guys.
Okay. Good to know.
Check.
Right, check.
Speaking of check, I think I do that. I mark it off. Like okay, how often are you gonna? We talked about this.
Yes.
How often do we need sex? How often do you need me to be romantic? I mean, give me a break. How many times does it take?
And I think that's
and
okay.
I get our flowers.
That's okay, because I've said ideally once a month would be nice.
Yeah.
Some little romantic gesture. And like I said, it can be a sweet text. Like it doesn't have to be this grand thing, but
But you do have to put
Once a month.
some thought into it. It can't just be an automatic. Like, don't set up something where they automatically ship flowers once a month,
right.
because that's not the same thing. And guys are going, what? Why not? I don't have to think about it. That's the problem. You're not thinking about
Right.
it. She's not on your mind. And I think that's part of what I failed at often is she feels like I'm not thinking about her.
But
Even though I
if
am.
men could take their idea of how often they want sex and apply it to romance, I think marriages would change. Like,
Yeah.
if men want it once a week, and they could say, okay, so then my wife probably needs romance once a week. Like, the world would change.
It would. We'd have a lot less divorce.
Right.
We've gone over
Anyway.
time.
I know. This video is getting long as we're rambling. So, okay.
It's fun to talk about.
We will see you for spiritual, the last category, coming up.
See you soon.